Welcome back to Mythbusters. I'm Gokul,
I'm Tim.
I'm Tanner.
and we bust myths or prove them. Alright, so Tim, what myth are we going to do today?
Well, this week's myth has to do with hacking into a car's key fob signal so that way we can break into the car. We might be crossing a line here, but I think we should cross it anyways.
I agree.
So, you excited to hack into
that's
some
I'm
cars?
excited.
That's the best part of the job.
So can a stranger copy your car, your remote, or your TV signal and transmit that so that way they can hack into it and use it themselves?
Wouldn't that be a crime?
Maybe, depending on to what extent you did it.
It says right, it's a crime.
Wait. We can't just go hacking into people's cars.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Sir, step away from the car. Step away from the car. It's your own car.
The car market's on the decline either way, and the invention of hoverboards has taken off.
You're right. It's pointless to hack into cars. And also, key fobs run at a frequency of 300 to 500 megahertz. And that equipment is far too expensive for the amount of tuition we pay, apparently.
Supposedly.
I mean, we need to simplify this then, right? Any ideas?
Well, we might not be able to hack into cars, but we might be able to prank our friends.
Ooh.
That would be fun. What should we do?
Well, I was thinking we could copy the infrared signal from their remote control and use that to control their TV.
You mean like change people's channels?
Exactly.
That's
That would
the
be
ultimate
fun.
prank.
That would be
They'll
so
never
much
see
fun.
it coming.
So what are we gonna do then?
Well, basically, we can use an Arduino and a little keyboard, and what we can do with that is put an infrared sensor in there, and when they press the remote buttons, we can see what frequency that transmits at, and then we can input that into our code and send it out using an infrared diode, so that way we can change their channels with our Arduino.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as a car, but less illegal.
Less
Yeah,
illegal.
less
You're
illegal.
right.
Less fun.
The first Arduino is hooked up to a fretboard with an infrared diode which will transmit the signal when we press the button that is also hooked up on the fretboard. The yellow wires are connected to circuits 10 and 11 on the Arduino, and that is where the code tells them to output the info to. The second Arduino has an infrared sensor, which is where we will sense the signal from the remote so that way we can use the code from that to control the TV. The yellow cord from this fretboard goes into circuit 2, which is specified in our code. A car and key fob work very similarly to the way that a TV and TV remote work. However, they run at very different frequencies, which the equipment for it is much more expensive and more specific. And that's why people can't hack into your cars as easily as we hack into a TV. A sensor in the car sends out a frequency that your key fob will mimic and send back a higher frequency so that way your car will unlock when you press the unlock button or lock when you press the lock button. The programming of the Arduino starts with an infrared sensor being placed into the fretboard and it being hooked up to the Arduino. Because TV remotes use infrared signals, which run at a range of approximately 430 terahertz to 300 gigahertz, we need this infrared sensor in order to sense the signal from the remote. Now we hook it into the computer and download the code onto the Arduino, and it is ready to sense the signal. We now use this code in the Arduino, along with pressing the power button on the remote next to the infrared sensor, to receive the frequencies that that remote runs at. We will now use the numbers that we got from the infrared receiver that came in through the Arduino, and we will plug those into the code for the infrared diode Arduino. This will allow us to transmit at the same signal that the TV remote transmitted at. We will now plug the outputting Arduino into the computer and download the code with these new infrared signal numbers. Now we're ready to prank.
vagina and they move.
Son of a gun it is.
Dude, Tanner, your freaking TV's broken. Dude, what the f-
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.
They never saw that coming. I still don't know if they know what happened or not.
I don't think that they do. I think they think it was a ghost.
Well, so on a more serious note, like, what do you think you learned from that?
I think we learned that copying smaller frequencies is easier than copying large frequencies because doing the TV was a lot easier than trying to hack into a key fob.
Although the key fob is theoretically plausible using the same attack scenario where we relay the signals and
Yes,
such.
exactly.
I mean, it's
So it
pretty-
is possible.
I mean, it's pretty much just enhancing the signal, just mimicking it, exactly like
Yeah.
the TV. So it would make sense, except a lot more illegal, like we said before.
Yeah.
So
I agree. But
So,
first things first, confirm.
confirm.
And that's what matters.
that is what matters.
Put in the work.
That's part of the job, right?
I thought the best part was stealing cars.
That's my favorite
that is my favorite part. I mean, we can go anywhere. We can just steal people's cars. I mean, you tried it.
I almost
you
had
didn't
it
get
too.
very
You almost had
far.
it, yeah.
I almost had it.
Considering it was your own car, I was surprised you didn't get it.
There's always next year.